What it do, fool? It's your girl. I should be on the radio. Nah, I'm just playing. What's up, you guys? It's your girl Moo, and we are back with part 2 of episode 1. You guys got to know a little bit about us and get a little bit into our personal lives on part 1. But we're going to transition it up a little bit on part 2. We're going to get a little bit more deeper in conversations, a little bit more personal. So y'all stay tuned. But anyways, y'all,
So you want to go
think
back
about
to the topic?
who is the most influential person in your life and how did they impact you? Who want to speak on that? I know mine, but I'm going to give y'all a chance to speak on it.
I'm speaking on it first.
Go ahead, baby.
All right.
Keep it real.
I feel like it kind of go without saying though.
Right.
I feel like my wife is definitely.
Stop. Man, say. Samantha, don't start that. Don't start that.
Sam, just because your husband ain't gonna say it, don't worry.
Get a drink. Get a drink.
That's what I thought love was real. What?
I feel like my wife is the most influential person in my life because she motivates me to do things that I never would have either pursued before or I would have procrastinated on doing in the past. Things that I've had in my mind, like creatively to do that I never would have actually put the work in to actually do until being with somebody that I see is also a hustler, like somebody I see doesn't mind dipping their hands in different pots and runs with it. Every time she touch on something, she runs with it, and the fact that things come together so beautifully when she does it is like it put it in my head that I see that and I want to strive to be able to do the same type of thing. Because I ain't even gonna lie, when it come to our wedding, that was all her. That was all her, 100% her. Yeah. Like, of course, she asked me my opinion on certain little things, but at the end of the day, that was all her. Like, I just gave a little,
checked it out.
Yeah, basically.
Season song.
Exactly. But it was like her idea, and I just confirmed it or denied it. You feel me? So that was all her, and that shit came together beautifully. Like that moment was different.
Yeah.
And then when it comes to just on a regular basis, just like how you help your moms out with different things, how I see you handling the kids. I don't know. She pushes me to do different things that I never would have thought to do before. Yeah. Or even if I did think to do them before, I never actually pushed myself to do those things. Yeah. Now I have more motivation to do the things that I've had in my mind. And yeah, I wouldn't change it for the world. Like I set to do something. I set myself out to do something. I'm going to do that shit. Ain't no question about it now. But back in the day, I procrastinated. That shit never would have left the floor.
Yeah.
So yeah, for sure.
I like it. You make the rest of niggas look bad, but I like it. It's crazy. That's crazy. I should went first.
Oh, it's hot in here. Y'all hot.
I took out my jacket.
Like that,
That liquor.
Cut the door. Open the door. Crack the door.
I would say no. I gotta keep it a buck. I gotta keep it a buck. I can't lie on camera. Ooh. So I like what you said. In my perspective, my wife, I consider her more of my most inspirational person. Does that make sense? Like everything you said, like she your motivator, she your biggest fan. That's the category I put her in. Yeah. But when I think about influence, I'm thinking about like niggas like I inspire to be, or I take this and these things from.
Yeah.
I think.
Ooh, I know.
My first one, of course, your pops.
Yeah.
Your pops, right?
Sure.
I gotta say that. Not because it's the cliche answer.
Because it's true.
But it's a true fact. Like, niggas, his nigga the one that taught me everything. This nigga you get molded.
The foundation.
He set the blueprint.
Yeah.
So that's the nigga. That's your inspiration.
Facts.
Your biggest influence.
Facts.
But on the other hand, I would say, too, I gotta throw in my OG right now. It's my uncle.
Yeah.
My uncle E-Mac. You know Mac.
Yeah.
That's probably my biggest, my most influential person in this state of my life. Now, I would say, just cause like niggas know I don't talk to niggas, like I don't have friends my age.
Yeah.
I kick it with that nigga.
Yeah.
So it ain't never just on some, we finna just have fun. Like we having fun, but he influencing my game. He putting me on game.
Yeah.
He giving me
It's always something to get out of.
You know what I'm saying? Like we sit and we have real life conversations, but aside from having real life conversations, I'm still watching niggas. Like I'm even just tuning into him on Instagram. I'm seeing how this nigga moving, how he moving his own business. He ain't waiting for niggas. We be talking about stuff behind the scenes that I don't know if he be announcing stuff like, nigga, this door finna open for me and I'm finna kick it down, like stuff like that. I'm like, you get influenced by that. You like, I can do this with my business. You know what I'm saying? And then he telling me that, like he sent me a DM the other day. It was this crazy videography graphics. And I'm like, in my head, I'm just like, ooh, nigga, that's dope. I'm sending fire emojis. But then his response is like, nigga, that's gonna be you.
Exactly.
So that's why I'm like, this nigga's more of it's my influence. Like that's who I'm looking after. That's who I'm watching. Because I know, like, out of all the niggas in the world, him and my pop, they not steering me wrong.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They gonna tell me what I'm doing right. They gonna tell me what I'm doing wrong. And even without them niggas talking, I'm a observing nigga anyway, so I'm always watching them. And they put me on game through just like me learning through looking and watching what they do, how they move. So that's my two.
Yeah, that's clean. That's clean.
Love that. I kind of I figured that too. So
it had to be. It had to be those for sure.
Yeah, and I think, well, maybe not for everybody, but I think for us, it's always foundation. Is your mom or your dad? One of them foundation. Just us, not everybody. Have that. But for us, the foundation is pops or mom was the first influence.
They set they set the scene. They set the play.
They said it. But
it's crazy. Like I'm gonna switch gears a little bit. It's only because as far as like hustling and like really going for it or like different things, like being versatile with different things, that's what I see with y'all. You feel me? Like I never really seen that with my own family too much, because it was either like, for my family, it was either I seen people working nonstop, just always working, which is also where I made sure I got that from, as far as like constantly keeping a job, constantly keeping something going. But I never really seen somebody having their hands in different pots and doing and being versatile like that. So I never,
you told me that before.
Like
your whole family created.
That's what I'm saying. And my
jack of all trades.
When it comes to creativity, like I never really seen that like that. Of course, I seen other people doing it, but inside my immediate family and growing up, that wasn't a real thing. It'd just be like,
or a regular thing.
It wasn't a regular thing as far as most people. It'd probably be like one person out of everybody. And then within that, I see hustlers that was hustling the wrong way, but they was hustling. But it was something they was constantly doing, or working, constantly doing that. But it was never extra versatile. So once I came here and I seen everybody in the family damn near touching on some different things, that definitely inspired me. That's why I attribute a lot of that to her, because I'm like, I didn't see that firsthand until being with her. And I
loved showing that. Because you had already expressed to me you hadn't seen that. So when the first time you expressed that, I was like, I gotta show him more. I gotta show him more.
Got a hand in every pot.
I gotta show him more because I know what he's capable of. If he find an interest in something, he just gotta be around it a little. He gotta be around it. But I love that.
bro.
Yeah.
YouTube channel now to first podcast.
Yeah.
Facts.
Like, bro, you already done got the rope.
And I did the podcast for years
Did
before
it
this.
before.
He did podcast. Now he in the YouTube.
You even went from the gaming to the reactions to now live podcast.
Facts.
I love it. And growing up, I used to watch his weather podcast.
Oh yeah. Weather updates.
What was your intro, baby?
The what was it? Damn, I can't even remember
I used to watch him all growing up in high school. He did weather updates
I remember
for his, for his surrounding areas. He did weather updates. I loved it.
That's funny.
My man.
So you see, you already had the creativity.
Oh yeah.
Didn't know
You wasn't so
where to
grounded by
exactly.
it.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Now it's almost like how niggas be like when you in high school and you like the star player, and then you go to college and it's just like 50,000 other yous.
Yeah.
Now we all on the same playing field,
Facts.
but we all attribute something different.
Yeah.
Facts.
I think that's where niggas really grow.
Yeah.
Like perfect example, her
Exposed.
stuff that I can't speak on because it ain't dropped yet. But her business, it's like, though that's her business, what she's throwing in there, it contributes to my business, it contributes to my mama business, to her business, my daddy.
Yeah.
It goes
Everybody.
like a piece. Everybody got a piece of it.
Facts. Yep.
Yeah.
It's like you surrounding
surrounded
yourself
by
with
it.
like-minded people, and
That's it.
Yeah.
ain't
I
no
want everybody to eat.
Mhm.
Everybody. I ain't trying to benefit off. I want everybody in my family, close friends to eat.
Everybody get a piece of the pie.
Yeah.
Get a piece of it. Let's go. Let's
Yeah.
go.
Yeah.
Because I know we got it in us as a family.
Yeah.
We've shown that over the years. We got it in us.
We've been
We
saying
got
that
so
for
many
years, right?
talents and gifts in this family. But sometimes we put them on the back burner for whatever reason. Because life,
Yeah.
But we got so many gifts in this family that we sit on sometimes. Let's go. It's time to go. Let's put it out there. Let's stop playing with it. Let's go.
I think
Because
you
we
can
can
set the
all
tone.
be so far ahead than what we are now. If we put our minds to it, But I get it. Life happens. Life get in the way. Things happen.
None of us ever really took that.
Serious.
Yeah, like that. That leap of faith. Like
Siri,
we did it on the.
Siri, I ain't saying nothing to
Talking
you.
about serious.
She said,
In my ear, that's what I'm like.
Siri said, I said seriously, not
Government
serious.
man, listen.
But anyways, Sam, before we move on, do you got anything is there anybody or who is the most influential person in your life, and how did they impact you? Before we get ready to end it.
You want to move on?
No, I want to know that one.
If you got one, if not, we'll go ahead and move on to the last one because it's gonna take it to the.
I said we could move on. I'm about to say you did prefix it as to the gods.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I did. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Ooh, y'all almost ready to wrap it up?
Yeah.
Cause I got two more questions, but we can turn it to one if y'all want to do the one.
It's whatever.
I don't care.
Let it
Y'all
flow,
care?
let it flow.
All right.
Let it go.
Oh, that's good. All right, we're gonna have two questions, and we're gonna end it.
Yeah.
Two topics. Do you have siblings, and if so, how did they affect your life? Oh, listen, this can get deep. It can get sensitive. It can. With our siblings, it can go there. So, I want to ask, Sam. I want to ask you first. First of all, tell us how many siblings you got.
I got 8 sitting. No, I'm just kidding.
Oh my God!
Where they at?
No, I got 2 sisters. So I'm the oldest of 3. I was the accident.
Oh shit.
I was the accident that happened way too early. So like there's a big age gap between me and my middle sister.
How big of an age gap? How old are you right now?
I'm 25. She is 18. So 7 years. And then my other sister is 14. So 11 years.
Oh, yeah.
How it's affected me.
And you ain't gotta speak on both siblings if you want to just speak on one. If one has affected you,
I mean, they are very different in how they've affected me. In general, I kind of adapted a mother figure type thing that I kind of carried and put on myself for a while.
to your sisters.
I feel like I spent a lot of time with them. Aside from the basic, you want to be the role model, you want to teach them the right way. Like, it's so hard. It teaches you how hard it is to learn. Okay, this is when I'm going to be your friend. This is when we're going to be sisters. This is when I got to let you be stupid.
Yeah.
That is what has taught me the most, is how to love them from afar, how to love them and let them fall. It's I'm not gonna say it's the same as having kids, because I don't have a kid, so I don't know what that's like.
But it sounds like it's just about the same.
But in a way, it's like I went through everything you're going through right now, so why can't you just listen to me?
Yeah.
And I'm your sister. I'm not telling you what to do.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna tell nobody.
I'm telling you what's gonna happen.
Yeah. I promise you, this is what's gonna happen.
Happening.
Yeah.
Oh, and now you're surprised that it did happen. I told you. Like,
You knew it was happening. Oh,
So-
that's good.
especially with like prefacing everything when they were getting ready to be teenagers, of okay, when this starts happening, I need you to come to me, because I didn't have a sister or a brother to go to. I just had my parents,
Yeah.
and I was my parents first, so usually they're the strictest with the first kid, so my life was completely different than theirs.
Yeah.
I was very like, your grades got to be this is how it is, and it slowly trickled off
Yeah.
in a good way for them, I guess. But they just taught me how to love differently.
Yeah.
But my youngest sister, she taught me patience, and she taught me a lot about myself that I needed to fix, such as patience and understanding that a kid is a kid, and
That's good.
just because we just didn't get along.
Yeah.
Because age difference, I didn't think it was going to be that big of a deal, but like, why can't you just do your chores? Why can't you just do this? Yeah. I'm sitting here doing my chores, and now it's your day, and you're not doing anything. Now I got to pick up behind you, and now we're fighting. Now I got to get in trouble because I'm fighting with a 10-year-old, and like, it was just.
Yeah.
Me and her did not get along for a very long time.
Yeah.
But now it's like, the more I noticed how I was affecting her, and how she didn't feel like I loved her the same as my other sister or this and that. She taught me a lot in that perspective. And the middle one taught me I need to learn how to say no. Because she was spoiled.
Ooh.
I still to this day spoil both of them, but he has helped me learn to be better at that. But my middle sister, I think because it was me and her for a while before my other sister came, we were like attached to the hip.
Yeah.
She always wanted to be with me because I was big sister. I always wanted to be with her because she's my middle child.
Oh yeah. Okay.
So, but she's taught me a lot now, because now that she's in relationships and friendships and things, and she's an older teenager, she's taught me also like how to love her differently. But I think in general, they have set me up in a good way to where I trust myself. If
Yeah.
I did have kids, I've got something to lean on.
Yeah.
Because I've been there since they were born.
Yeah.
And
Oh, I love that.
I think once he came, I mean, he just kind of added on.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, everybody, of course, wants you to have a big brother, and
Yeah.
of course, you want your boyfriend to get along with your
With your
siblings and family. But I mean, when I say they clicked, like,
Yeah, they
Yeah.
did.
those are his babies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he, like, they talk to him sometimes way more than they talk to me
I love
about
that.
certain things. And that bond that they have, I think their relationship with each other has taught me a lot about who I chose for my kids in the future. Seeing him and how he is with my sisters.
Yeah.
But my siblings definitely have helped me mature, helped me realize all the flaws I needed to fix, while also it taught me a whole different type of love. Like, they have pissed me off to no end, but I don't want to go without talking to them. I hate when we don't talk. I
Yeah.
hate when there's that tension between us.
Yeah.
And he'll be the first one to say, like, why are you always calling your sisters? Why are you blowing your sisters up?
Mm-hmm.
Because I just want to talk to them every day, all day.
Yeah.
Literally.
And my biggest fear is always for us to,
Yeah.
you know, grow apart, and we're not really talking that much.
Yeah.
I've seen it in my family happen with
Yeah.
siblings, and I don't want that.
Yeah.
I want them to look at me and think, like, no matter what, I've got her.
I got it.
Yeah.
She's not going anywhere. Or if they get in a bind, let me call Samantha. I know she'll know what to do. I
Yeah.
want to be that for them. And I think sometimes I just try too hard.
Yeah.
But
But
I could.
from the outside looking in, you are there, Sam. Them girls call you for whatever. You are so involved with them girls. I mean, yeah, like you said, it's almost like you're another parent to them, you know?
Yeah.
I mean, those girls look up to, and even at the wedding when they got up and they spoke, yeah, they spoke a lot about him, but they said a lot about you too. Like y'all they people, you know, and that ain't gonna change. Y'all there for them for no matter what. Y'all are there, and I see that from the outside looking in. Just from the little bit I do see, y'all. Man, y'all got them girls. They ain't gotta ever worry about nothing, ever about nothing. Even the what they spoke about at the wedding, how I think it was your middle sister, how went through the breakup or whatever, and she young. How old was she? She was young. She young girl.
15, 16.
15, first breakup. Heartbreak. Of course, it's devastating. I mean, we crushed. But when she said Jumba came to her and what did he bring her some?
Her first
bouquet.
He brought her
bouquet of flowers.
first bouquet of flowers, and what that meant to her, that baby will never forget. She'll never forget that moment. She'll never forget that, and I love that for her. So y'all keep them in the palm of y'all hands. Because they look forward to that. They expecting that now.
I think they are. I think they staying. They're very tight, especially the older we are all getting. We're all like this.
Yeah.
I think a lot of the times what we be trying to do is, like me, I try to get her to let them come. She's a people's person. She wants to help or grab. No, don't make that mistake. I'm like, it'll feel more, I guess, organic
Let them come
when
in.
she say, "Sam, I need
I
your
need
help."
you.
Yeah.
Then you
You
offer
gonna feel
your
good here.
exactly
She needed me.
Yeah.
because we
I was
can
there.
like it's like the saying, you can lead a horse to the water, you can't make him drink. I can go out there and just be, hey, let me help you.
Yeah.
Let me help you. No, listen, you gotta listen to me. But
Yeah.
when they actually want
Yeah.
to listen
Yeah.
and come in, it's a whole
But
different
completely
and
thing.
that's the thing, the fact that y'all built that where they feel comfortable enough to say, if I can't come to mom and daddy or I ain't your uncle,
Yeah.
I know I can come to my sister.
They're gonna holler. And
that's
it's
a beautiful
different when they
thing.
call you versus you
beautiful
wanting to reach out to them when they going
It's-
to it.
it's crazy on the same topic. It's something I seen the other day that made so much fucking sense on the same exact topic. It said they pretty much said when you give them little gems and try to make sure they try to prepare them for certain situations, of course you can't stop them from having those experiences.
Yeah.
It's impossible to stop it because, of course, they still need to have that experience to be able to grow as a person. But the fact that you prepare them for that situation, they are able to bounce back or process it a lot quicker because you gave them those gems. So now they able to think back on what you said, like, you know what, Sam did say this was going to happen, or so and so would have, did whatever so and so did, whatever. But they able to bounce back so much quicker because they have that information you gave them. Now they might have been a little bit ignorant to it before it happened. But that's because they ignorant to the whole situation. Period. It's never happened to them before. It's happened to us. We've experienced it, so of course we trying to warn them. But once they go through it, it's like, you know what? She said that. She said that. Now it makes so much more sense. And now you put them on more of a pedestal just because you gave that warning. And of course that's not the whole goal, but it's like, I know I could trust my sister's word now because she told me about this shit.
She told me. I've seen it.
Yeah. She's seen this shit firsthand.
Yeah. Okay. Anybody else got any?
What's your answer? You ain't answered the question. Not one question. What was the question?
Do I have siblings? Yes, I have siblings. I have 2 brothers. I am the middle child, and I am the only girl.
Oh, that's a different perspective. So I need to hear that.
So if you don't know, this is my baby brother, and I have an older brother. His name is Keyshawn. He's not here at the moment, but he is still here with us.
He's still alive.
I was like, dang, he's not dead.
No.
He's still with us in spirit.
I put him in the grave.
Yeah, bro, you did.
He's in the grave.
Put my nigga in
He's somewhere, baby. He ain't here tonight.
He's in America.
Yeah. He's here.
No.
He ain't make it tonight.
And so how did they affect my life? And I love that everybody has a beautiful story about how their siblings affected. And I have those moments too, but I also have those moments where they affected my life in a way that wasn't good. You know what I mean? And so I want to speak a little bit to that and some of the other side too, but I want to speak a little bit into that too. But no matter what, it doesn't matter how they affected my life. I still love my brothers the same. No matter before they situations or trials or whatever, I still love them the same from then to now. So that doesn't change, but I do want to speak on it in case somebody else might be going through the same thing, or whatever. But like I said, this is my baby brother.
Baby brother.
I'm the oldest.
You are not. He affected my life in a way that
He made my life a literal hell.
hell.
I'm telling you.
Hell. I thought you think the girl get everything. I do get everything, and I'm spoiled. But this one,
Don't do that, bro. Don't do
But you
that.
get everything and more.
I don't get it. The girl's supposed to get everything. I get everything, but dang, I didn't know that was a more.
I'm gonna let you talk, bro. Wait, what?
They spoiled this dude. Like he affected my life like bad. Like like he took my life. Whatever.
Bro, what?
I ain't even spoiled him because he took everything.
That's crazy.
No.
They can't just do everything. There's never they can't tell him no. Whatever.
This is true.
This is true. And I'm the girl. They tell me no in a minute.
You tell me no?
They don't tell you no.
Yeah, they do.
You're gonna die.
Maybe.
They tell you no. You're a bad. Whatever. But anyways, we ain't gonna speak to him because he took my life. He took that. But I do want to speak on my oldest brother. His name's Keyshawn, if y'all don't know. And I ain't gonna get too deep into it, But for those of you that don't know, you know, he's went down a different path than we have. You know, he got off into the wrong crowds as a young teen. You know, start hanging around people that he wasn't supposed to hang around. Got off into the drugs, street life, all of that, right? And it wasn't for the good. You know, it's all been for the bad, for the worst for him. And I think that it affects not only my life, but a lot of family members' life, is because he chose to do what he's doing in this life, and he's doing it and not knowing. Maybe he know, maybe he don't know, but it's affected us because what you're doing out here in these streets, we get the impact from it. You don't get it because people may have a excuse for you. Oh, he ain't in his right mind. Oh, this ain't him. This blah blah blah. You know, whatever. But we get hit with the impact of it, and sometimes that impact it hit harder than the hit do. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And
because he chose the lifestyle he chose and he's living it, you know, we're affected because we get phone calls. When I say every night, if not a call, a text, a messenger, you know, a FaceTime or something. This is what's going on. This is what he's doing. Blah blah blah. You know, and I think that it has affected not only my life but my entire family's life, because our lives are interrupted. And I don't mean that in a negative way, but our lives are interrupted. I could be having a good night with my family. You know, we having a good dinner, go to bed, chilling, watching TV. But we are to a point where we expect that phone call. We waiting on that phone call saying, he doing this, he doing that, this is happening, this is, you know, whatever. It's to a point where we are expecting it, so it's starting to affect our lives. I can't go out because I know I'm gonna get a call tonight about my brother, so I ain't going out because I know I'm gonna need to be there. You know what I mean? But one thing I know is, and I try not, I never hold that over him. That, oh, you ruining my life, you affecting my life. Like, I can't live a normal life, because I would never hold that to him, because I know his heart. You know what I mean? I grew up with him. I knew him from birth. Well, oh wait, no, not birth, because I'm younger than him. But I knew him since I was born. I knew him. I know what heart he has. Yeah. You know, and I know who he serves also. But because I know him, I know that this is not him. This is just a phase he's going through. I can't hold him to that because he's going through a phase, because I have my own type of phases I go through. And I wouldn't want nobody to hold that to me. So I would never hold that over his head. However, it does affect my life. I am human. It does affect my everyday life. But I would never scar him. I'd never whip him for it. Yeah. Because I know him. And I know his heart. You know, and I know what he desires. And so I think that I don't know. He has affected me, but not to the point where I'm like, you gotta go. Yeah. You know, you gotta go. I can't do you no more. I can no longer. You know, I'll never get to that point, because I know his heart, and I know what he's capable of, and I know what my God is capable of. Yeah. And it's just a matter of time. It's gonna take a lot of trying and trials and tribulations. It's gonna take all of that. Yeah. But I I know, and this go back to what we talked about in the beginning, manifesting stuff. I manifest that my brother is going to be healed. I manifest that taste of the drugs and the alcohol will be removed from his tongue. I do it all the time. I manifest these things and I pray these things, and because I do that, I just know that time is going to happen. It ain't here yet.
And it's not our time.
It ain't our time.
Facts.
It's his.
Facts.
And so it has affected our lives, but we working with it. You know?
Yeah.
Hey, we going through this life with you. Because we all got our things.
Yeah.
And we all got ours, and we all got our sins. One ain't bigger than the other.
Facts.
In human eye, in flesh eyes, it is. But in God's eyes, it's all the same.
Same shit.
It's all the same. Yeah. So I would say that's how one of my siblings has affected me. Outside of that one, it took my
It took your life.
life.
That's crazy to say it like I just came out the womb.
It's my shit.
That one over there. Like,
That's not true.
they don't tell him no.
That's not true.
Whatever.
She just felt like she was spoiled, and then the spoiled
But
passed over.
I think
But
we're
when
both spoiled. I think it's
We're
on separate
spoiled.
ends.
Fact.
Yeah,
My
but
mama
how can I
spoils
be
me.
spoiled?
My daddy spoils her.
But how can I be
Facts.
spoiled
Yes.
and how can you be spoileder? I didn't know that was a thing.
We equal.
No, basically,
We equal, bro.
they would never tell
We
you
equal.
no.
Yeah, we
It takes
equal.
all of them to say no. It takes them 2 seconds to be like no.
Quit worrying my mom and my daddy. That's your problem. Quit worrying my people.
Yeah, I probably messed that up, but anyways, I probably messed that up.
I did.
I probably did something, but yeah. Anybody else got any siblings that may affected their lives, whether it was for the good or the bad? And we gonna end it up on here. You got something?
Yeah,
Go
for
ahead.
sure. Okay. So I got 5 siblings.
I did not know that.
Yeah.
I don't either.
Hey, that was 3.
I got 2 older sisters, 2 younger brothers, and a brother that's the same age as me. So technically he's my stepbrother. We the same age. He's 7 months older than me. But yeah, we same age. So we grew up together. Starting off with life, I had my 2 older sisters, chasing behind them for everything. Every time they left the house, I'm trying to run out the house and follow behind them. And they sending me back in the house because they 10 and like 8 to 9 years older than me. So when they doing their thing with their friends, they trying to do their thing with their friends.
Yeah.
And they don't want no baby running behind them. It is what it is, and I get it. So yeah, that. But with my 2 older sisters, my sister Selena, who is the oldest, she's 10 years older than me. She also has a learning disability, so she learns a little slower than everybody else. Well, than your average person. But still sharp than a motherfucker.
Right.
The one that is still sharp as hell. Quick than a motherfucker. It's just certain shit that it just take a little bit longer for her to completely get.
Yeah.
Yeah, but loved her growing up. My sister showed me extra love. It was just on some, like, I just be sitting around her and she be rubbing my head and I'd be extra comfortable. Every time I'm sitting next to her, I need you to do that. So there was just extra love that I got from her. My sister Tasha, 2 years younger than her, 8 years older than me, was the tough one. She was the one that fought for the family.
Yeah.
Like, so if anything was going on, like, what you mean? What's going on? Like, she's gonna handle that shit as soon as it happened, as soon as it started. She was, a lot of times she was fighting for my sister, the older sister. She didn't fight for her often, but whenever something came up, she was the one that fought. and she the one that also showed me while I was growing up, like that strength. Like she made sure she had everything taken care of that needed to be taken care of. It was a certain point in my time growing up when my mom's, she was having the same issue that your brother had, and my sister took hold of everything. So my mom went off and got help with her situation, came back and she was good. But anytime I needed somebody to lean on outside of my mom's, my sister, of course, is the easiest person to go to. Moms is your moms. Of course, sometimes your mom gonna have a little bit of that older perspective, but at the same time, just trying to tell you certain shit. But my sister Tasha, she would hear you out, and she was like that for everybody. And like, well, not everybody, but for all of the younger generation, it was me and a bunch of cousins. So she was that mother figure. We would go to her. A lot of times she would just have her house open to us. We come over there and we just had somewhere to kick it and chill back because she was a safe space. So yeah, of course, love to both of them throughout time. My brother Jason, same age as me, step brother technically, but that's my brother. Fuck all the step shit. We met each other when we were 7, just like our kids here technically. We met each other when we were 7 years old, and we throughout life we've always had like a lot of the same interests, just from like drawing at the time to music, artists that we love, anime, like so many different fucking things that we gravitated towards. We both had super interest in them. Facts. So when it came to him, and when it comes to him, it's like, yeah, we it doesn't matter where we go in life or how long we don't speak for a second or whatever, because me and my brothers, we don't talk all the time. Just like me and my sisters, we don't talk all the time. But whenever we do speak, we pick right back up where we left off at. And like I was
no time in between.
I was literally on the phone with my brother Jason for like 4 hours today, just chopping it up, just talking about all types of random shit. But it's that type of love is a little bit different because we are so like-minded. So it's just like whenever we talk about something, mind you, this dude could go. When he on the phone, he going like just going topic to topic. As soon as one topic is over, he going straight to the next one. And the crazy thing about it is the fact that I keep rolling just along with him because we so like-minded. Like the shit we interested in is so similar that he knows whatever he's about to speak about, I'm going to understand what he's talking about. It's just crazy. It's just so
it's nice to have somebody to relate to. Get you on that level.
That gets you 100%. And it's crazy because he went in life. He went more the gang lifestyle. He went more that direction. Of course, I was around it, but it just wasn't something that interested me growing up. But still, throughout even all that, we still sync right here. And then I have my 2 younger brothers. My brother Justin, who's 8 years younger than me. He would have been 25 this year. And my brother Jared, who's 10 years younger than me. On the opposite side, my youngest brother, just as far as my older sister from me, 10 years. And when it came to my 2 youngest brothers, our relationships were, because it's such a gap, we were always locked in. We were always locked in to the point where no matter how much time passed, if we didn't talk for a bit, of course it picked right back up wherever it ended. Like it was never, it never felt awkward talking to my brothers. My youngest brother, he looked like the lighter version of me. So he felt like he had my face, and we always talk shit about that shit. We always talk shit about that. Jared, the one that's in the military now.
Yeah.
We always talk shit to each other about that. And then me and my younger brother, Justin, every time I see him, the first thing we say to each other is, "You ugly as hell." Like, talk shit. That's just that's just what we did. Ugly as hell. God damn. But the relationship I had with them was more so trying my best to be a mentor. And they put me in that position before I had my nephew, before I had kids, to try to advise them on the future. And I love the fact that I had the opportunity, like, growing up with them until I moved away in 8th grade. It was just like pouring into them as much as I could, and that's why I resonated so much with you when you said you would try to warn them about certain stuff. Because I did the same thing. I tried my best to give them as much information as I could, because I knew these experiences I had would benefit them if I gave them the gems and tried to warn them before it happened. But it was a beautiful thing to be able to have those conversations, and the way that they expressed to me was that, especially my brother Justin, before he passed, one of the last conversations I remember having with him was the fact that he said he knows he can pick up the phone and talk to me, and no matter what he had to talk to me about, he knew I wouldn't judge him on it. He knew he could talk freely about it, and I would just be honest with him. And I love the fact that he told me that. I love the fact that we got the opportunity to have that conversation. Because before I even before I even got a chance to come to Texas, me and my brother fought. We fought twice over some bullshit. It was just some petty bullshit. But
that brother,
we fought, and after that fight, we had those conversations, and I let him know for sure, fuck what happened, I love you. I just want you to get in a better headspace. Because he ended up having a drug issue as well. It wasn't as serious, but it was a issue where whenever he indulged in drugs, it fucked up his brain chemistry. And he wasn't the same person. So that was one thing that, from the interaction we had, the bad interaction we had, he also went to get help and try to improve himself on. Which, of course, I was happy about that. I was happy about the fact that we was able to have that conversation and move forward from it, and know that he's still going to give me a call when he needs help. Because even though we're so separate in ages, he knows he can call me, and I'm not going to judge shit. I'm just going to tell you exactly what you need to be told.
You like that with everybody.
You established that early with him too.
He like that with everybody.
And I love, outside of that, I love the moments that I was able, once I did get old, I was out of the house, I was doing my own thing, and I was able to just make sure I would visit them, specifically them, and take them outside the house. And mind you, father's household, they were spoiled than a motherfucker compared to me. I felt like I missed out on all that spoiled shit, but I made sure I went and spent time with them, let them know, even though I'm not in the same household as y'all, because I was living with my mom, so I was still living with my father, I'm still big brother. I'm still gonna make sure y'all spend time with me, and y'all have those moments like we could hold on to. So that's the way that they affected me, is just being able to be proud of being a big brother.
I love that.
Yeah, that's it.
Anybody else want to speak to that before we end it?
Sounds like she wants you to talk about her. Clock it.
I'll wrap it up.
Let me sit off for this. Oh, my toe.
Okay, so I got my. Well, yeah, no, I'm the baby. So I got my middle sister.
You don't even feel like it.
I'm the baby. I got a middle sister and my older brother. I would say, to keep it a stack, I think. Well, wait, what was the question? I want to word it right.
How did they affect your life?
I think they affected my life positively. In the way I explain it, it's gonna sound negative at first.
Speak the truth. I'm here.
I think it was a positive effect. I think I had the biggest advantage because I was baby, and not just because like on some spoiled stuff, but because my older brother was the first to bump his head. My sister was the first girl to bump her head. So growing up, like I talked about with my OG, very observant. I've been like that. So I'm peeping a lot of things. So I think that a lot of like, I won't say their mistakes, their lessons I learned from early not to hit my head on it. So I think they, in a way, they affected me positively. Like, they saved me from a lot of the bullshit that I could have went down from the smallest things, from girls to drama to even just everyday living. You know what I'm saying? Life lessons. I think watching them do stuff, and even aside from like the lessons that they were going through, the good stuff. I'm watching the way she is with her family, the way she is with her man. You know, you picking up little things like that. And I think like that's where my advantage came in. I was just able to just learn from all of their different steps and stages. I would say so. I think that's to go on a positive side, to keep it real. But I think on the flip side of it, I would say as far as like my brother's situation, to kind of piggyback off what she said, the way what she said, how it affected all of us, is very true. I think for me personally, it made me a little more reserved, and not reserved as in shy, but like, let me back up, and like, that's when I started to learn, you know, the idea of protect your peace, protect our home, protect my happiness. Before that, I was like my mama. I'm mad at the world. I'm stressed out. I'm sad my brother doing this, doing that. Boom. But then it was also a lot of pressure that came with that, because, you know, you got your mom, your dad, they in your ear about it, because that's what they want. They want the best for their kids. They like, you need to talk to your brother. I want you to be the one to do this. He need to hear this and that from you. And I think that's what kind of drove me away a little bit. Not away from my brother, but away from indulging in these situations. I think it was just like, that's not me. Like, nigga, I grew up shy. And then I finally came out of shy. I wasn't always talkative. When, you know what I mean, I was getting great grades in school. I'm chilling, I'm quiet, I'm to myself. So when I was getting pushed in that direction, it was, I rebelled, and I was, it's not me, I can't do that. They want me to talk on the phone, I can't do that, it's not me. And then the older I got, I'm like, that's not me, because I'm a very peaceful person. And that's when I was saying I learned to protect that. I learned to protect my happiness. And that's what kind of drove me away. And it's not, I love my brother to death, never lost love for him. But it was kind of like,
I gotta step back from this situation.
I gotta, you gotta move around a little bit.
I can't have my hands in that situation.
I can't. And it was like, cause like, we did so much, we tried so much, that nigga, you watching your mama sit up in the bed 12, 1 o'clock in the morning, or crying, waiting, like she said, waiting on a phone call, or when your mama, it's crazy hearing your mama say she happy that her son's in jail.
Yeah.
Because she rather not see him dead. It's like, that should be fucking you up mentally.
Yeah.
But like,
and I still say that.
yeah, bro. Like, you'd rather see him. As sad as that is, as crazy as it is to say that, it's so true.
Yeah.
But like, seeing a lot of that made me be like, okay, I need to step back and be happy, because otherwise I'm gonna be like my mama. But we was stressing out. You remember? She used to be stressed out, bro. She wouldn't eat. She fasting. She doing this, that, and the third.
They need to sleep.
And I was picking up on a lot of that. But no, I never like spoke it to nobody, because I don't talk about my feelings. I'm just now learning that. I don't talk about my feelings at all.
Good.
But like back then, bro, it was just bottled in until I learned to protect that. So I would say it influenced me, as bad as it was, it influenced me in a positive way. I learned to protect my peace. I learned to be happy and not let other people affect me and what I got going on. And I learned to be observant and learn from other people. So like, that's my experience with my sons. It was all good things, I would say.
And I think with each and every one of us, we learn it's some positive out of it.
For sure.
Exactly.
It's some positive out of it. It may affect it, but it's gonna always be a positive at the end of the day.
I don't think it's a possibility of it being a negative, because it's still a learning process.
Something's coming out of it.
Yeah,
for sure.
Like
you're gonna get something out of it regardless.
Understandably, you can get some negative feelings behind it, or just some down feelings behind it. But as far as what you get out of it, for real, it's always gonna be something positive. Whether it's helping you avoid what they're going through, what they've done, or what you've seen happen is like, yo, I don't want that for my life. So let me make sure I go a different route with it.
That's where as the baby, I saw it twice. Not two bad things, but I saw two examples twice. So I'm like, I got the advantage. I think a lot of that too, on the flip side of things, I want to say it did add a little bit of pressure. It added some pressure. You know what I mean?
I can see that.
It was like, you better do what your brother did. And it's like, my mom and them never put that pressure on me, but me mentally,
you put that pressure on you.
I put it on myself. Of trying to make people.
You gotta be perfect.
My mama, not one time did my parents ever say, nigga, you going to college. Man, as long as I did what I wanted to do and I was happy, I was taking care of my business, they didn't care. Not one time I grew up and they say, like, you're expected to go to college. But in my head, that's like,
that's the next step.
This is the next step. This is what they expect from me. They want me to go down this path versus this path that they saw already. So it was like a lot of that. I think a lot of that pushed me through to in a positive way. So it's like, that's what I'm saying. It all comes back to a positive.
Because we all want to make our parents happy.
You
want to make them proud in every moment you can.
And they didn't put no pressure on me whatsoever. I put it on myself because I was in their head thinking that I knew how they felt. But really, they didn't care. It was about take care of business.
And making sure you're happy. Exactly.
If I didn't go to college and I got a good paying job, my mom and my dad would be like,
would have been fine with that fact.
Let's go. You take care, you handling yourself. But I put all that pressure on myself because of like watching my brother. And I'm like, my mama don't want that, bro. You was scared, bro. That's the biggest, like, I told her before, that's like my biggest motivator was I operated out of fear for years, bro. It's like,
I don't want to go down there.
Scared to fail.
I know what it's gonna look like.
Scared to do anything, so you gonna automatically achieve it. It took me, like I said, my senior year to finally quit football, bro. Like I'm like, what's the next step? You scared? Scared. And that's the only thing that kept me going for a long time was fear.
Facts.
Fear could be your biggest motivator.
That's true.
What it was for me.
Hell yeah.
That's my answer.
Yeah, that's good. Well, I mean, we had some good topics. We talked about a little bit more than what we expected to talk about, but I mean, it was good. Took a lot out of it. But before we close out, if you can take just very briefly, if you could take one thing, if you could say one thing, what's the most important lesson you learned in life that you may want some of our watchers to know, to learn. Yeah.
To know.
Most important lesson in life that I've learned.
Even if it don't relate to anything we talked about.
Yeah.
Just
Oh,
what's
okay.
one important lesson that you've learned in your life? Anybody can think of anything? I can think of
I
one.
got one.
Go ahead.
My biggest lesson in life is finding your why. I think that's the one thing I have to learn. A lot of shit we did growing up, like we said, was out of fear or it's either out of envy, out of jealousy, or out of something, but it was never chose yourself and your purpose. So growing, I learned to, find your why, find your reasoning on why you do things. Find what motivates you.
Yeah, your purpose.
Yeah, find your purpose. And then that's when, like, everything, it's a domino effect, bro. Everything falls in line with that.
Yeah.
Even when you having the roughest times of your life, it's like, your first thing now is, think about your why. Think about your purpose, and that in itself is your biggest motivator.
Yeah.
Facts.
That's my biggest lesson I had to learn, bro.
Yeah.
Even when you up, remember your why. When you down, you gotta know your why. You gotta always know your purpose.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's yours?
What about you, Sam? Most important lesson you may have learned in life. So thus far, because we still got learning to go.
Facts.
Thus far. You think of anything?
There's so many. It's hard.
Come back around.
I think the biggest lesson I have learned is not letting your past define you and control you.
Yeah, that's good.
And learning how to forgive yourself. Because everybody's always, God forgives all your sins. And at some point, I finally felt it, and I believed that. But I could never move forward because I didn't know what it was like or what it meant to forgive yourself and how important that is.
Forgive yourself.
You might just say like, okay, yeah, I forgive myself, but you don't move on until you truly and genuinely forgive yourself and accept that you made those mistakes and it's okay.
Yeah.
For the longest, I could not get over anything that I've ever done in my past, my mistakes. I thought like, that's it, like I'm done. There's no recovering.
Yeah.
And that's the biggest thing that I have learned that I think has affected me as an adult.
Yeah.
Is accepting your mistakes and moving forward.
Yeah. I like that. I like that.
What's yours?
Mine, I would say the most important lesson that I've learned in life, and I'm still learning to fully accept it, but I've accepted but not. I'm learning to, I guess, practice it more and live in it.
Yeah.
But this man right here, this man right here told me, like, obstacles and tribulations and things that we have gone through in life, we shouldn't be ashamed to speak about those things or talk about it with somebody if it's gonna help us, overcome whatever that thing is. Because at the end of the day, my story is my story, your story is your story. And even if I think in my head, oh, everybody done went through that. Dang, a whole bunch of women done went through that thing. They're like, that situation, like that ain't. I can't talk about it because everybody done been through that. Like, it ain't nothing.
Yeah.
You downplay it, but what he reminded me is that Everybody's story different.
Yeah.
And even if it was the same, your story is your story. Don't be scared to talk about it. Because talking about it and speaking about it comes healing from it. So,
That's true.
I would say that's the most important lesson I've learned thus far. And I'm still learning to live with it is accepting my story is my story. These things happen to me. You know, and it's okay to talk about them because I can talk about them and I'm going to heal from them.
Do you think the more that you accept that, the easier it is to talk about it? Because I feel like that is something I would want to learn as a lesson, but I find it hard to talk to people about my feelings.
And that's the thing. I still struggle from time to time with talking. Not even talking about. I can talk about them, accepting them fully, verbally saying this happened. This is what this was.
Yeah.
Even if I know it here, sometimes it's hard for me to verbally say, "Yeah, that's what that was."
Yeah.
So I'm still holding on to something, which that's something I'm still learning to, let go of. But
Makes sense.
and I'm gonna get there. So
Yeah.
I would say that's a good lesson that I've learned and still learning.
Okay.
What about you?
Close them out. Close them out.
What
For
you got?
me-
Hit 'em.
For me, honestly, thing I learned the most in life is do that shit. Do whatever the fuck it is that's in your mind to do. Put the work in. Fuck what you don't have yet. Fuck what you want to try to make sure you trying to make sure you have every piece of the puzzle before moving forward.
Yeah.
Do that shit and do it as soon as you fucking can. Do the shit now, even if it's the bare bones version of whatever it is that you're trying to do. Do that shit immediately, because I'm a master procrastinator. I'm a master procrastinator.
Yeah.
And if I think of something that's might be fucking brilliant to do, I'm gonna take my time with executing it, and then by the time I think of executing it, I think maybe too much time has passed. You know, it's probably not even worth it to do that anymore.
Use what you got.
And I go on to the next thing, and I might execute the next thing, but the first thing probably was a fucking amazing. But I didn't put the work in to execute and actually make this shit happen right then and there when the thought was in my head.
Yeah.
And I wanted to make sure everything was perfect before going through with it. And that's not always necessary.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You at least need a starting point to make sure you are able to you need a starting point, period, to do anything.
Right.
Whatever it is that you put forth in your mind to do. And if you don't start anywhere, you won't finish at any point. So
That's good.
make sure whatever the fuck you got in your mind to do,
Just do it.
you do it. Just
Start.
do it.
What do you say to the niggas that say, but if I start, it ain't gonna be right?
My shit wasn't right when I first started, and I'm still in the beginning stages. But I see the growth already from the little bit of shit that I've done, from the work that I put in to get to that point. Get to the point of improving and tweaking and just adding little by little, making shit a little bit more perfect in my eyes. It's the work that you put in towards making it better.
Yeah.
But if you don't start at some point, you will never start. You keep making excuses on why you can't start, you will never actually have a starting point.
Yeah. And this is where God give us some of our lessons too.
I
Like,
swear to God.
hey, this is what I'm giving you to start.
Yeah, that's it.
I'm not finna give you more
I'm not going to give you everything.
if you can't start with the bare minimum I
swear to
gave
God.
you.
Yep.
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 You know?
Yep.
Perfect example.
Progress.
You got your podcast.
Facts.
You didn't wait and try to get the best mics, the best equipment, the best studio.
Mm-hmm.
Like you said, we finna start somewhere.
Start somewhere.
And you
Right
just
now.
go and grow.
Facts.
That's all it
Progress.
comes down to.
Progress.
You appreciate it more.
Yeah.
Exactly. You appreciate it more, and you get so much more experience through grinding through the dirt and getting to that point. Besides just having everything laid out for you.
Yeah.
Once it's laid out, you don't really know what the fuck you need to do. If anything was to happen, and now you're kicked down to the bare bones, you won't know where to go.
Yeah.
Yep.
You don't, because you never had that starting
Started
point.
that way.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So now you got to start over from scratch, and it's like, I did this shit before.
Yeah.
Like getting
You
here
have
in
that-
the car versus paying for your first car.
Exactly.
You appreciate it.
Exactly.
It's more valuable that way.
Oh yeah.
Facts.
Sure.
100%.
I fucked out my first car, but I ain't buy it.
Hey, mine off. Might not want it no more, but I ain't selling. But yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was fun. I know we getting tired, but it was fun. We had some good conversations, some funny conversations.
It was a good time.
It was a good time.
That was
It was a
smooth.
good time.
That was smooth. That was a good first one right there.
Yeah.
Facts.
Yeah.
And
I'll
it's
take it.
more to come. This just, you
Pilot.
know, just
Just a little taste.
Yeah,
dig
little
in the
taste.
pot a
A little
little bit.
appetizer.
See what it
little
doing.
razzle dazzle.
Second one at our crib.
Oh,
Switch the scene.
Ooh, I
That'd be
like
hard.
it.
It's still under A Diddy.
Ooh, I like it.
No relation.
No relation. But baby, you want to close us out?
Word, I appreciate anybody that made it to this point. Thank you. I love you. Please remember to like, subscribe to the channel, comment down below anything that you feel like we might have missed out on,
Yeah.
as far as topics that y'all feel like, you know, we could have expressed on or something.
Shoot us
Maybe
some
you
topics in the comments.
Yeah,
That
some-
what y'all want to hear. Y'all want to hear us talk about. you
exactly anything that you
Yeah.
feel like you want to hear. Just let us know down in the comments, and want y'all to also promote what y'all got going on.
know? Yeah, what y'all got going for 2025 New Year?
I promoting my little TikTok and flip.
Yes,
so-
ma'am. Yes,
Shout
ma'am.
out your TikTok again.
And Joe's Treats.
Oh yeah.
Shout out Joe's
Shout out
Treats.
your TikTok and your treats name again, just for the people that may have missed it. What's your TikTok name?
So TikTok shop is gonna be Sammy_Joe_RN, and then my new account, which will be strictly lifestyle and posting whatever I want type of content, that will be just Samantha Joe X. That's it.
Yeah.
And then my baking, I have to redo my Facebook because that's a really old branding. But Joe's Treats is something that's been a while been here for a while.
Yeah.
But
And what area? What area?
Yeah.
What area?
Everywhere, honestly.
Yeah.
Facts. I know that.
Love it.
Shipping included.
Well, we're working on the shipping thing. But I mean, I would say from like Ennis, Dallas,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Ellis County. That's usually
Anything within an hour drive.
yeah.
DFW facts.
Yeah,
Facts.
y'all definitely
Yeah.
go over and follow her on TikTok, follow her on Facebook, find her wherever you can find her, follow her. She got some great content, and I'm not just saying it because she my sister-in-law, but I really, truly enjoy and learn stuff from her content.
Facts.
So y'all get over there and follow her. Jamal, you like to, what you got going for 2025?
Follow my videography page. Well, not mine. Me and my partner videography
Yes,
page.
sir.
Me and my boy Jay. Instagram, Facebook at Second Generation Productions. YouTube, the number 2 capital G space Productions with a period. Follow us on all 3 platforms. You can also reach out to us on any DMs, public messenger, anything like that. If you need my number, got any videography, wedding, Ken say, birthday parties, commercials, small business, everybody finna drop in 2025. You trying to get it poppin', come holler at me.
Facts.
Ooh, I love it.
Facts.
I love it. Love it.
Got some things coming in the future.
I do got some things coming up in the very near future.
Facts.
Sometime around March.
It's coming.
It's been a long time coming, but we definitely got some new things coming up. I ain't gonna touch too much on it, but y'all stay tuned. If you're not following me on my Facebook page or TikTok or whatever, y'all get on there and follow me because everything gonna be posted there.
Man,
so y'all stay
gatekeeper
tuned.
right
My name on Facebook. What's my name on Facebook?
Alicia.
Easy, I change
You
it.
put your whole government
It's
on it.
Alicia Elisha Ladale Ladale, and then my nickname Moo Moo. Alicia Ladale Moo. Y'all go follow me on Facebook. You can also follow me on TikTok. I think my name on there is Alicia Vernado. That's V as in Victor, ARNADO. Alicia Vernado. Everything gonna be posted on those two. Those are the main two sites I use. So y'all stay tuned. Coming March is up.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Stop.
What you got going, babe?
And well, y'all already on the channel, so keep watching the videos. I appreciate y'all. Like I said, this has been the first episode, the pilot episode of ChillIn Wit'Em, and that's it.
You know.
Peace.